So, I don't. I'm just really tired and stressed from this whole week. And if you watch the last video that came out, I kind of snap in it, and so I decided, just to cool off, I'm just gonna play some nice balloons. Just some balloons tower defense. Just see how high I can get. See what the highest round I can reach is, right? I'll enjoy it, I guess. If you're into that sort of thing and you want to enjoy, um, you can like, comment, and subscribe. That'd be kind of pog, champ. I'd say. I guess you could say kind of pog. I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. This whole week has been a fucking mess. Uh, so Monday, I got my second COVID shot, which that's a good thing. It's really that's pretty pog. It's pretty pog champ, right? As the kids say. But what's not so pog champ is what's not so pog champ is that it makes you super tired. And so I've been tired and sore this whole week. It's not been pleasant. So I've just been out of it all week. I've wanted to do stuff, but I just don't have the energy to do it. Like, I just physically don't have the energy. So it's been rough. And like, I edited finally got around to editing the video, which the one of me and my friends looking at like shitty shirts on Amazon, like that. That was fun. Right? That was a fun one to edit. I enjoyed my time editing that one. But I was like, I need to record something. I feel that like I need to just record something. So I'm like, what? I'll record an Isaac video. I've recorded like a shit ton of them this week. They've all been so boring. So I'm like, what? I'll do one that I'll do like a really hard challenge. Like that'll definitely get like a rise out of me. So that'll be interesting. That'll be entertaining. Like when I played Angry Birds, that was entertaining because I was just yelling at Angry Birds the entire time. That was funny. That's what the people want to see. So I start playing it, and I was, it started out as I was expecting, but then I started doing really well, and then I get really unlucky towards the end, and I fucking snap. If you want to see the whole descent, then watch the video when these go up. I'll probably upload them together, but this is being recorded like immediately after. So I just wanted to play some Bloons to chill out. I got some chalky milk with me. It's gonna be real nice. Everything's gonna be all right. I just need a minute to calm down. I really just kind of needed a minute to calm myself. So we're fine. We're good. We're chill. We're chill. We're fine. We'll be fine. Dartmouth, you're gonna be eating at my alchemist. Yeah, no, I'm sorry, buddy. Yeah, you gotta go. You gotta go. You just gotta go. So yeah, this isn't meant to be that difficult. I just want to see how high of a round I can make it to. Because I need to feel something. Also, I got the thing to name like all my monkeys. I haven't named a lot of them though. This is Kai. Because ninja, hot, funny, get the reference. You should get the reference, otherwise, what are you doing here? You're missing out. What do I name? What's like a funny reference I can name my alchemist? Like what's like a funny reference I can pick? I don't know. I don't know what funny reference there is for that. But put this down here. For that thing down there. Like what's a funny reference for the alchemist? I mean, is there like a I don't know, like I'm struggling to come up with something here. Like I don't know, I named the banana farms Amazon. Forgot I did that. Oh man, I was so funny back then. When I say back then, that was like a couple weeks ago. I was so much funnier then. What happened to me? What happened to me? I was so much funnier. Whatever. But you know, these 3 towers should be more than enough to carry me to round 40. These guys should be more than enough. These guys, like these 3 towers, like even if it's not on easy mode, they work so well together. I mean, really, you only need Alk Ninja, but Adora is just so good anyway. You know, she's just so good. Let's start getting some more farms. We're gonna start We're still farming, boys. We're farming. Oh, is that because of the pot? Nope, it's not because of the pot. Oh, there we go. Gotta get these in the most ideal position. And then we get the druid. Oh yeah. We got a druid in the middle. And we surround him. All these farms. Surround him in all these farms. Come on. Oh, I saw it there. I'm missing on all this money. You know, actually slow it down. Slow it down a little bit. So I can put the farm here. Yeah. Due to the jungle's bounty, and then just give him more range, cause sure. So now I can get. Now I'll be getting even more money from these farms. I put that one in the wrong spot. Okay, sure. That's going there, I guess. Anyway, I'm just playing Bloons with I think it's like I think the playlist is like no thoughts, head empty, Nintendo music. So, you know, just some stuff just to chill. You know, I'm just trying to chill here. We're just trying to chill, have a nice time, get as much money as I can from all these banana plantations. They're gonna make me so much money. Look at all the money I'm making. Making so much. Oh, I'm so rich. I'm like Jeff Bezos. I'm just like Jeff Bezos. You know, hopefully I won't end up divorced like Jeff Bezos. But wait, was that Jeff Bezos, or was that what's the other guy's name? Not Mark Zuckerberg, not Elon Musk. Bill Gates. Bill Gates, that's his name. I'm losing track of I'm not brushed up on my billionaire knowledge. I'm sorry. Sorry to anyone out there that I upset by not knowing, not being caught up on my billionaire lore. I'm not fully caught up. I think you know, they are trying to get a little bit farther, so I might go for a Grandmaster Ninja before the farms. You know, for the BFB. There we go. Got a Grandmaster. We should be fine now. We should be more than fine. Alchemist. Thank you. What the fuck? Yeah, no, Grandmaster's really fucking good. Should I get more? They're not gonna be in range of this druid. I could just get another druid. I could. I might do that. Can I get it? Do I have any farmers? I have 2 farmers. Nah, I'll just get more farms. There we go. Oh, wait. No, he's not gonna be able to hit both of them. So let's just put some more farms. Farmer Gaming. This is just some more Farmer Gaming. So I like to call it. I like to call this one this Farmer Gaming. Ooh, he's getting so much money. You know, I could probably fit one more like there. And then boom, 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 boom. Oh, look at all this money. Oh, I'm making so much money. I'm so rich. Oh, look at how rich I am. I'm so rich. I should probably go double speed now. Uh-huh. Look at all this. Look at all this money I'm making. I'm making so much money. I plan on getting to like the higher rounds using like a probably like a vengeful temple strategy. That's what I plan on doing. Plan on using like a. Can I put another one right there? I can. It's like out of range, but oh, money, so much money. You know, I'll get this one leveled up. You know, should I put my should I plop down my super monkey? I want to put down my super monkey. Yeah, I'll place my super monkey. You know, I'll put him. Do I want to put him down somewhere? Like somewhere near all this stuff. No, this is gonna be the one that's gonna be the temple. This one's gonna be the temple. This one's gonna end up being the vengeful temple. This guy. Don't want to give him any range upgrades yet, so I'll just go make him a sun avatar. Okay, that guy's just gonna go be a sun avatar. He's just gonna chill there. You don't give him. I don't give him any other upgrades as of now. Just, you know, just upgrade all my banana farms to get so much more money. I'm just that rich. I am just that rich. Oh, that's okay. That was around 76 done easily. Yeah, we still have Goku over here in the back. We already got Goku in the back there. Alright. Should I start preparing for the temple? Are we prepared for the temple already? Yeah. What do I probably not gonna need? I'm probably not gonna need, I mean, it's not gonna matter because it's gonna end up getting all of them anyway. So I guess for now, I'm not gonna be needing primary or no. I could just go without support. Could go without support. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna go without support then. There we go. You want banana? We have banana. Yep, it powers up all these things. Yeah, that was the oh my god. Done. Oh, it made it. Okay, made it pretty far. I might want to start investing in some stronger monkeys. Some stronger monkeys. Like I'll put this guy down over here. We'll have you be a Dark Knight. Well, I'll probably upgrade him into like Dark Champion and have him sit down there. I know Dark Champion can solo up to like around 90, so I should, with some help, he should be more than all right. We got a Dark Champion. Boom. Get some more banana research facilities. Get some more money. Ah, we are making money. Look at this money we're making. Look at all this money. I'm so rich. All right, you know, I'll start getting the getting this stuff set up. So there's my 50K in primary monkey. Get my 50K in what's 50K here? I mean, normally I just do perma-brew. Could just do perma-brew. Yeah, I'll probably just do perma-brew. But perma-brew is a bit pricey. Then I get a perma-brew up here. Boom. Perma-brew. Even with the perma-brew range, he's not in range of my guys over there, which is nice, so he's not gonna, you know, eat him up. And then you get the Apache Prime. Alright, now we just go for 85K to get the Sun Temple. Now I just go for 85K to get a Sun Temple. And then we'll have a Sun Temple ready to go. Oh, there we go. Sun Temple. And boom. Sun Temple. Now we have a Sun Temple. Goku. Goku the Sun Temple. I named him Goku. I should probably give these guys a mib just because. Or, you know, I'll give them a thing like that. It's only 16,000. I make that like in like a round. Like, I make so much money. I could probably definitely afford a Spirit of the Forest. Yeah, you know, I'll just get a Spirit of the Forest, because why not? Why not? Right? Why not? I can afford it. I can afford everything. This is probably what Jeff Bezos feels like. Oh, look at all this money I have. 93,000. There's around 100 done just like that. You know, I'm just gonna get Adora up to level 20. Boom, level 20 Adora. She's at level 20 now. Do I want to go up to Legend of the Night? We're gonna need some more stuff. I could get a flying fortress. Let's get a flying fortress. Oh, bigger radius on that. Thank you. Yeah, let's get a flying fortress. It's gonna help out a bit. Against these rounds. I get a Legend of the Night. I'll get a Legend of the Night. That should really help out. Like, I just don't know what to get. There's just... I have so much... I probably should get another temple, I guess. I don't want it to go and just eat up all my, my farms. I don't want it to just go and eat all my farms up. You know, if it eats one of them, it's fine. I can just buy another one. So I think I'll make this one not magic. Also, I'll get him the Moab domination. Moab domination. The where is it? There it is. The Apache Prime and the Monkey Wall Street. So boom, 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 boom. Didn't even take it up. That's really cool. So I'll just give him the super range and the epic range. Just because I can also just give him... give both of these guys, actually. I give both these guys a MIB. And I'll give him a call to arms. And I'll make this one a homeland defense. Ooh, we got so much stuff. I should probably get like an ultra clock engineer going. There we go. Ultra boost. Boom. Ultra boost. Adora. Do I have any tech bots? I have 2 tech bots. Boom. Tech bot him. So that Adora is gonna get overclocked to like 1,000,000. And then we'll be set. We'll be set. We'll be absolutely set. So you got all these temples. Or by all these temples, I mean I have 2 temples. But that's still plenty. I have enough for a true sun god already. Well, I guess let's get ready for it then. Let's get an anti-bloon. We got an anti-bloon. Oh, because of the sun god thing makes it so much cheaper. I got anti-bloon. All right, well, I guess I'll give him the Monkey Wall Street for support, because you need to give him that. You need to give him magic, so here is a perma brew. It doesn't really matter if he's gonna eat up all these guys. Adora has to be in range of him, so that works out. That's 2. I need military, so I need an Apache Prime. I'm actually gonna turn off auto start for this. And then I need a Moab domination. All right. So if this doesn't work, I can just quit out and go back, because this is gonna eat up everything in its range except for Adora. Adora is gonna stay put. This temple is gonna disappear, but I can just place another one. So, true sun god, summon it. All right, did I do it right? No, I did not do it right. What did I do wrong? What did I do? Oh, I didn't open this. Well, first off, it's because I didn't do that. What did I do wrong? I didn't get Moab domination. That's why. That's what I did wrong. That's what I did wrong. Alright, so now is it gonna work? No. What am I doing wrong? What am I forgetting? I've got to be forgetting something. Legend of the Night and Anti-Bloon, they're not in range. Moab domination. Moab domination is 50,000 on its own. Yeah, all these things should make it work. What's not letting the vengeful thing function? Hold on. Vengeful temple. Am I not are the sacrifices not enough? Permabrew is 50,000 on its own. Do I not have enough in? Oh, I'll get another. You know, get like a Spectre in there as well, I guess. Is that gonna work? Yeah, okay, there it was. I just didn't have enough in military. There it is. Goku, the vengeful sun god. Super range, epic range. It worked now. I figured it out. I got it. I'm so good. That bigger radius, that is enough to get him in it. That's ridiculous. Homeland defense. Let's get a permabrew on both of them. Let's get my ninja back, cause why the hell not? All right, I'm gonna need. Oh, turn auto start back on. We're good. All right, now I'm just gonna need to buy a bunch of stuff back after all that, but you know, we should be all right for a while, because Goku should be able to solo. If it can't solo, that's pretty sad. The DDTs are making it a little bit farther than I'd like, but actually no, I want the stronger thing. It doesn't matter how fast he applies them. Stronger acid. Yeah, I want the brew to be stronger. Let's just get like this guy down here. Right? Boom, boom, boom. And then I don't really need another support tower. So I'll just go Moab Dom. Since apparently Apache Prime isn't enough with the discounts. With the discounts, it's not enough. I guess I'll just get like a Like a triple Moab, well, just to make sure it's enough. Because, you know, the discount's actually making it kind of hard. Or much harder. Alright, I'll just get a Sun Temple. Boom. Give him its range. Let's give him a village. Mib. Alright. Zadora is very much so. Alright. Cancel the tech bot. Need to wait for Overclock to come back. Overclock, buddy over there. Tech bot onto you. So now we're overclocking our vengeful temple. Dumb. Yeah, Dora's doing some work. So is Goku. Alright, there we go. I should probably get like one of these guys. Right, you can't get Dark Champion now. It locks you out of getting it. Or not Dark Champion, Legend of the Night. It locks out the other two tier 5s to get the Vengeful Temple. So that's it's not great. But it's definitely not the worst thing. I'll see if I can get a wizard like all the way up in the top so I can get one of those going. So yeah, so the graveyard should. Where's my mouse? There's my mouse. Yeah, it should never not be at max. So we're just trying to see how far we can go. It's gonna take a while, but you know, it's kind of the whole point of this. Can I get like an ice tower in there? Yes, with like an absolute 0. Ooh. Yeah, and then a permafrost. Yeah, this is looking pretty nice. Can I feel like a village somewhere? Look at the range on this just base village. It's crazy. I'm just gonna get a ton of free dart monkeys. I guess that's what I'm getting. Yeah, use 10 times overclocked. Techbot, stop. Who else do I overclock next? I guess other temple. And then Techbot him. I could probably get like a sniper. Oh. Think of range on that sniper. A couple Moab on the strong, I guess, with the shrapnel. Yeah, this is the game at this point. I just kind of I have so much money. I don't know what to do with it all. Like there isn't anything to do with it. Like I have more money than I know what to do with. Like there is more money here than I know what to do with. So I guess I'll just get like a Bloon Crush to stall the Moabs. Try to get another temple. Oh. I don't even think I'm really gonna need these farms anymore. So I'm just gonna. Put him over here. He's gonna. Oh, you know, he's gonna absorb the tech bot. I don't want him to absorb my tech bot. Can he absorb the tech bot? I don't know. Alright, well, I'm just gonna put him in here. Sun Avatar. If that Sun Avatar only costs $8,000. Well, I guess we'll just... I can't get a perma brew for him. So I guess I'll just go with, like... Wizard Lord Phoenix. Maybe that'll be enough. Not even close to enough. What about that? And an Avatar of Wrath. And then, like, a couple of these guys. Then sure, do it. Oh yeah, cleared out. It got rid of a ton of my banana farms, but like, it got rid of a ton of farms, but I don't really need them anymore. So I'm just gonna actually just sell these. I'm actually just gonna sell them because I don't really feel like collecting them anymore. And look how much room that clears up. Like, that clears up so much space where I can put more temples. Now I can put more temples places. It's amazing. That'll eat up my druid. That's fine. Like Wizard Lord Phoenix. Like one of these, and then also like one of these. Then also probably like one of these, and also, oh fuck, and one of these. Yeah, like that, and then boom, boom. Yeah, 14,000 on that. And then boom, another temple. Boom, boom. There's so much range. So much. Oh, these villages. I can give them mibs. So now they're set. This guy is not in range of the mib. He is now. He's got a mib now. So I now have even more temples. I now have even more temples. So I guess overclock that guy. And tech bot back on him. So, this is the game. I guess I'll just cut away until, like, something happens.
Finally, the last specific request I want to address is Jeepers Creepers. People have always requested Jeepers Creepers because I understand a lot of you really love that movie. And that's cool, man. That can be like your favorite movie. That's fine. But I'm not going to be covering it on the kill count. As you probably know by now, the guy who made the Jeepers Creepers movies, Victor Salva, is a convicted child molester. Like, that's convicted, not accused. He is convicted. In 1988, he molested a 12-year-old boy who starred in one of his movies. He also filmed himself doing it and then was also found in possession of other child pornography. And while he was sentenced to like 3 years, which is weird to begin with, he only served 15 months. And I know some people are like, hey, he served his time, like you can enjoy his movies. That's not enough for me, man. 15 months for fucking up that kid's life? Nah. There are a whole bunch of arguments about separating the art from the artist, and I'm open to those arguments. Hell, I still enjoy some Woody Allen movies. I still really like Kevin Spacey's performances and things. But I recognize that as someone who creates videos that influence people to check things out, I just don't want to promote this guy's work, man. I think there are enough terrible people in this world who are getting away with being terrible and still having careers, and I don't want to support that. And I'm sorry if that's one of your favorite franchises, but this is my channel, so that's how I feel. That's what I'm doing, man.
Movie footage used in the kill count is owned entirely by the copyright holders. Dead meat makes under fair use. Please support filmmakers and the up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're looking at Predator, the action sci-fi horror film released in 1987. Predator is a testosterone-fueled adventure featuring a whole bunch of guns and raging biceps from the likes of Arnold Schwarzenegger, Carl Weathers, and Jesse the Body Ventura. But it wasn't just all the muscles and guns that led to the movie's box office success. The Predator creature, designed by Stan Winston and played by 7'2" Kevin Peter Hall, was instantly iconic with its camouflage, its shoulder cannon, its blade gauntlet, and its penchant for fish-netted attire. The fascination with Predator would go on to fuel a couple film sequels, a whole bunch of comic books and video games, and a well-known rivalry with the Xenomorphs from the Alien series. But before Predator was ever fighting Xenomorphs, one of them had to face down Arnold Schwarzenegger in the jungle. How many people died in that encounter? Let's find out and get to the kills. The movie begins with a spaceship that does a flyby crop dusting near the Earth, dropping off a little Predator package that hurls down through the atmosphere. As we'll come to learn, it lands in the Central American jungle near where this helicopter is touching down to unload over half a ton of manliness. Last off the chopper is Major Alan Dutch Schaefer, played by future governor of My Fair State, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Dutch is there to meet with this guy, Major General Phillips, and his fellow bicep support system, Dylan, played by Carl Weathers.
You son of a bitch.
After a little bit of mid-air arm wrestling, Dylan and Phillips tell Dutch that they need him and his men to go into the jungle on a mission. Dutch agrees, as long as it's not a murder mission.
We're a rescue team, not assassins.
Those sidelong glances between Dylan and Phillips are pretty suspicious, but they assure Dutch the mission is only to rescue a government cabinet minister whose helicopter recently crashed on the wrong side of the border. Now, the movie never specifies the countries involved here, but apparently they're being briefed in Guatemala for a mission into the fictional country of Valverde, so the more you know. A pair of helicopters blare some Little Richard as Dutch's boys are introduced through a bunch of quirky character traits. For instance, Pancho, the team's demo man, loves a real fierce-looking face paint, while Tracker Billy prefers a much simpler shoe polish approach to camouflage. Meanwhile, radio operator Hawkins, played by the normally writer-director Shane Black, likes to tell dirty jokes.
The other day I went up to my girlfriend. I said, you know, I'd like a little pussy. She said, me too. Mine's as big as a house.
The last two team members are Mac, who enjoys shaving his already bare skin, and the heavy Blaine, played by Jesse Ventura. These two guys love each other and hate Dylan, who's accompanying the squad for the mission, but who they see as a pencil-pushing fed. The men get to their drop-off position and descend into the jungle, where they won't have any support until they get back out to a pickup point. It doesn't take them long to find the cabinet minister's crashed helicopter, and after Pancho checks the inside, we get our first kill to add to the count. This dude who, I don't know, what was he, the pilot? Let's say it was the pilot. We can call him Pilot Pete. Billy follows some tracks from the crash site to find a gnarly skinned body hanging upside down from a tree alongside two of its equally skin-deprived friends. Yo, that's nasty. They make it in the jungle. After someone kicks this real-life bird for real, like, what the fuck, guys? Dutch reads the corpse's dog tag to discover one of the bodies was Jim Hopper, a Green Beret that he knew personally. Shady shit, but Dylan denies knowing why they would be out there. Yeah, okay, Dylan. Pissed about the treatment of fellow American servicemen, the boys break out their big gun, Old Painless, and set out to kill the guerrillas that they assume did this, not knowing they're being watched from above by the real culprit, a thermal track and Predator. When they reach the guerrilla base, Dutch shows some surprising grace for a man his size. eyes as the army crawls over to a nice little spying spot. Through his binoculars, he witnesses our 5th kill of the movie, an American hostage who gets executed by a Soviet dude. And why is there a Russian in the jungles of Central America? This is the Cold War, motherfucker. That's how they do. Dutch's friends have an army crawl party and join him by the log, where he tells them it's time to move in. The guerrilla lookouts prove to be no match, maybe because it seems like they're facing their own base instead of out towards the jungle. But in any case, one gets his neck broken by Billy, another gets stabbed in the neck by Mac, and a third is killed without any flair by Blaine after he's tossed aside. Dutch moves into the guerrilla base, unbelievably unseen by frickin' anyone there, and straps some C4 inside the back of a truck. After he deadlifts the vehicle off of a log, he pushes it straight towards the guerrilla base, kicking off my least favorite scene I've ever had to kill count. The rules I'm gonna follow here are simple. I'll count anyone I see getting shot, or very much on fire, or doing the stunt actor air flip thing that 80s action movies relied on way too much. With those rules in place, the guerrilla strike scene starts with a whopping 54 kills, beginning with the 9 dudes blown up by Dutch's truck bomb. The rest of the casualties in this 4-minute action scene are killed by grenades thrown, grenades launched, random fires from explosions, and of course, a whole bunch of guns. From the rifles that most of the team uses, to the M134 minigun that Blaine is walking around with, a weapon that's usually mounted on a helicopter, but in this case is just mounted onto Jesse Ventura's 6'4", 250-pound body frame. I've gotta admit, I really can't stand action scenes like this. They're very boring to me, partially because there's never a good sense of space. It's just close-ups of dudes firing guns and close-ups of dudes getting shot. Just so many dudes getting shot. And explosions, gotta have lots of explosions. And while I love a good stunt performance, it's like I said before, the air flip thing is used way too much and always looks the same, like a controlled fall onto a cushion just off screen. I also hate the lack of stakes in scenes like this. You're never worried that anyone on Dutch's team is in real danger. All that being said, the thing that makes Predator awesome is that it uses this scene to make you think it's going to be a simple action movie like Commando, right before it switches gears and becomes a monster stalking slasher in the jungle. Because of that, I'm okay with all this, and it's really that fake out that makes this movie so damn brilliant. Plus, who doesn't like a good Arnold one-liner?
Look around.
Dutch uses another one-liner when he finds the Russian advisor dude,
Knock, knock.
and then proceeds to shoot the shit out of him and another guerrilla in the room who was helping the Soviet destroy classified papers. Then Dutch looks out the window and sees another 4 dead bodies that we can go ahead and add to the list there. The last kill of this whole crazy sequence gives Blaine and Poncho a chance to get their one-liners in as well.
Son of a bitch is dug in like an Alabama tick.
You're bleeding, man.
I ain't got time to bleed.
After Poncho fires a trio of grenades at a dug-in gorilla.
You got time to duck?
And might I say, I absolutely love the shot of Poncho grinning like a jackal as dirt falls around them. Dutch avoids being added to the kill count himself when he foils an assassination attempt by a woman named Anna, who he knocks out for the time being. That's when Mac comes in to tell him that the hostage we saw get executed was CIA, like Dylan. So it turns out this mission wasn't about a foreign cabinet minister at all. That revelation really sets off Dutch.
Bullshit.
Yup, Dutch's old buddy Dylan just used them as assassins to stop a communist insurgency from taking over the country. A mission Jim Hopper was originally sent to do, but, you know, obviously it didn't go so well for him.
So he cooked up a story and dropped the 6 of us in a meat grinder.
They head out towards a pickup point, with Dylan dragging Anna along because she might have information. All the while, they're being observed by the Predator, who starts reading their sound waves in order to learn their words and noises, like this hearty laugh from Billy after another one of Hawkins' vagina jokes. Their path to the pickup point for the chopper takes them through a deep, lush valley that leaves them soaked in sweat. That's what Hawkins said. As they get deeper, Tracker Billy gets real spooked, but can't exactly say why. He stares at the trees and sees nothing, but correctly senses that something is out there. Anna takes advantage of the distraction to blindside Poncho and make a run for freedom. Hawkins manages to catch up and stop her, but as he's kindly asking her at gunpoint to stop making noise, the Predator comes out of nowhere in its crazy camouflage and kills him with a slash, then grabs his corpse with a cloaked hand and drags it away through the jungle. Shortly after, Poncho and Dutch find what remains of Hawkins, and it's not a lot. Nothing worth sending back home anyway. Anna tells them in Spanish that the jungle came alive and took Hawkins, which, like, dude, I believe. There is no better place to get yourself killed than walking around in deep jungle. You ever see Planet Earth? That shit's crazy. There are snakes everywhere, and even worse, friggin' predators, which Blaine discovers firsthand when a plasma blast hits him in the back and blows a hole straight through him. What does that make him now? Jesse Nobody Ventura? Mac runs to his best bro's side and sees the shimmering Predator standing there, eyes all a-glowing. Well, I tell you what, one look at that and I'ma fire my gun, which Mac starts doing immediately, managing to hit the Predator and cause some glow stick blood to leak out onto a leaf. Then there's what feels like 10 minutes of everybody just lining up and firing their weapons at trees. Yep, just a lot of gunfire. Oh, what, Dylan? You didn't get the memo? Better catch up with all that gunfiring, mister. And sure, launch a few nades while we're at it. Whatever keeps the party going. When the guys are all done, they've wrecked this rainforest like the humans in Fern Gully, but it doesn't look like they hit anything at all since there's no body in sight. Except for Blaine. His body's still there. Sorry, Mac Attack. Anna grabs some of Predator's blood for a glow-in-the-dark finger painting project she's been working on, and then they all booby-trap the shit out of a defensive position with flares and claymores. Even with all that in place, Billy's still got the heebie-jeebies.
There's something out there waiting for us, and it ain't no man.
Elsewhere, that No Man decloaks for the first time, giving us some close-ups on its awesome frickin' design as it heals the wound on its leg for the first time, giving us some close-ups on its awesome frickin' design as it heals the wound on its leg with tools from a little med kit. And we even get a full body shot when it yells back in pain from its self-repairs. That night, Bill Duke gets a chance to stretch his acting muscles as he gives a sweaty soliloquy to the moon about how much he misses Blaine. Their traps get activated, but it turns out the thing that tripped their wires and is currently getting stabbed like a psycho by Mac was just a big jungle pig. Pumbaa, no! The next day, Anna reveals that she can speak English, and after Dutch cuts her free so she can help them defeat this thing, she tells him about the blood she found.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Time for another muscle montage, as everyone sets up even more booby traps for another defensive position. Dylan is skeptical of the plan at first, but in no time at all, he's stripping down and joining the bicep boys in the rigging of the jungle. Then it's time to just stay put and shave the sweat away. Oh, Mac, you missed a spot. Eventually, after Dutch steps out from their hiding place, a net trap is activated and pulls an invisible predator up into the trees. The warrior alien shoots free of the trap and sends a tree branch swinging down that hits Poncho right in the face. Invisipredator swings away through the trees with its wacky-looking effect that Dylan sees, finally turning him into a believer. Get a load of what it looks like without the cloak, Dildog. Crazy, right? If you're wondering how they did the camouflage technique, it's actually pretty interesting. First, they filmed a dude in an all-red suit, since red is the opposite color of all the green that surrounds them, and then they'd key out the red and film the same camera movement with a wider angle, and the combined shots gave us this. Fun fact, Jean-Claude Van Damme was originally the guy in the suit until he realized his face wouldn't get seen and he quit. Kevin Peter Hall took over, and he honestly seems like such a sweetheart.
My mom. What are you doing here? Yeah, that's my mom. What are you doing? What are you doing here in the middle of Mexico?
It's truly a shame that he died tragically young at the age of 35. Rest in peace, big guy. Mac runs off to chase the bro-killing alien, and Dylan follows after him so he can have a good character redemption moment. He's gonna have his hands full with old Big Mac, though, since the guy is fucking losing it, singing Long Tall Sally to himself as he strips down and climbs a hill after the predator.
I'm gonna have me some fun. I'm gonna have me some fun. I'm gonna have me some. I'm gonna have me some.
You know what? I'm not sure, but I think Mac's gonna have him some fun. The fun involves a plan with Dylan to flush out the predator and kill him. But I'll give you two guesses on whether or not this goes well. Hope you guess no, because when Mac is trying to stealthily make his way towards the predator, he looks up to find a trio of red dots on his arm. You done fucked up, Mac. You know that, don't you? You know you done fucked up, don't you? If he didn't, he finds out shortly when his frickin' head gets blown up. Yeah! Too bad when Dylan comes across Mac's body later, there's way too much head left intact for the initial effect we saw. Oh well. Dylan spins around after hearing Mac's voice because the predator is now replicating the sounds it's recorded. When he sees those glowing eyes, Dylan goes to shoot, only for a plasma blast to blow off his friggin' arm. There's an unforgettable shot of the gun still firing while the severed arm holds it, before Predator does a runaround and kills Carl Weathers off with its blade gauntlet, another great Predator weapon. As the others make their way through the jungle, Dutch tells Anna not to take any weapons, figuring that the Predator didn't kill her before because she was unarmed.
No sport.
As they cross a log bridge, Billy stops and turns back, determined to face the Predator head-on, with no gun, no shirt, and only the service of this big ol' hunting knife. But it turns out Predator's not interested in a drawn-out fight just yet, because the remaining survivors hear Billy scream behind them, giving him an unfortunate off-screen death, though we will see a body a bit later. But for now, we've got to add my boy Poncho to the list, as Predator appears in a tree next to them and fires a plasma shot straight into the side of Poncho's head, putting him down for the count. Another plasma blast hits Dutch right in the rifle, and from the ground, he yells out his iconic catchphrase to Anna.
Get to the chopper!
Yeah, Anna, go on and get to the chopper! Dutch runs through the jungle with the Predator literally hot on his trail until he slips and slides down a little bank, straight off a cliff, where a weirdly blurry, zoomed in or something shot follows a likely stunt double as he falls into the water below. But Dutch isn't done falling just yet. He floats down the river and over a frickin' waterfall. That's right, this dude just went over a waterfall without even a barrel to ride in. Awesome. He swims ashore, straight into a muddy bank, and after the Predator drops into the river behind him, Dutch makes a real mess as he crawls to get away. But it's a good thing he did, because after Predator's cloak short circuits from the water and he leaves the lake to look for his muscly foe, he's unable to detect him, even when he's looking right at him, because that mud is not only exfoliating the shit out of Dutch's skin, it's also hiding his heat patterns from the Predator's thermal vision. So Predator just skips away angrily.
He couldn't see me.
Dutch quietly said to himself. We get our third booby-trapping sequence of the movie as Dutch lays out his final plan of attack against the Predator that involves a bunch of spikes and a big old tree trunk rigged to fall. While he does that, Predator goes through his own pre-fight ritual by taking Billy's corpse and ripping out his frickin' spine and, strangely small skull. Both of the warriors' respective skullduggeries take them well into the night, because this is a prime time matchup if I've ever seen one. With a lighting of a torch and a Tarzan yell, Dutch invites the Predator to come out and play. And who could say no to that? Not Predator. He's all about this life. So he sets out after using his lasers to, repair his smart wristband he's got there? That must be what he's doing, because we see he's able to cloak again when he winds up crawling past the invisible to him Dutch headed towards a big bonfire. Dutch swings away from him and gets to tree hugging in true Arnold fashion, then fires an arrow with a gunpowder tip right at a pack of explosives the Predator is near. That breaks Predator's gear again and sends him into a plasma-firing rage that appears to hit everything in this damn jungle except for Dutch. Kind of a big-ass target for you to miss there, Predator, but I'll just chalk it up to you being on tilt since your shit got wrecked for the second time this day. Ballet-trained Kevin Peter Hall lends a real nice physicality to Predator as he hops down a cliff looking for Dutch, but Dutch trolls the alien hunter by hiding beneath a bridge and then by throwing another one of those explodey-tipped spears at him. He tracks the injured Predator from his glow-in-the-dark blood that's starting to seem like a real liability here, but Predator is still able to get the jump on him and fire a shot that sends him into another body of nasty jungle water. Not only is that thing likely to have leeches, it also rinses all of Dutch's mud camo away, and so Predator is able to find him and pin him up against a tree, showing off the 12 inches of height difference between the two. But instead of killing him right there, Predator steps away to give Dutch a worthy fight, since he's finally found another hunter he can respect. To show his respect, he even decouples his mask and removes it from his head to show off the ugliest alien reveal you could imagine. Dear God, that thing is nasty. Wow, it's like a crab with a cleft palate.
One ugly motherfucker.
Dude, right? But maybe don't say that to his face. Predator spreads his arms in a warrior stance, and the match of the century begins, even though it's a bit of a slow one. Oh well, at least you get a blood spit fountain. After a solid bit of getting his ass kicked, Dutch crawls away to his little Dutch ditch where one of his traps is set. But come on, Dutch. Predator is smarter than all that. Even with your very convincing performance of a dude who wants Predator to kill him.
Kill me, I'm here! Kill me! Come on, kill me, I'm here! Come on, do it now!
Instead, Predator goes around and takes the long way to Dutch, only for us to see that that way is trapped too. Dutch kicks it into action and sends that tree falling down into Predator, smushing him against the jungle floor. But Predator ain't a deaditor just yet, and after Dutch sees him moving, he takes a rock to smash open his headitor. Before he does, though, he has a simple question for the Pred Man.
What the hell are you?
Predator's only response for him is to reach over and fuck with his wristbound doodad, which appears to begin a sort of countdown. That can't be good. Predator confirms its malice intent when it creepily echoes Billy's laugh as Dutch runs away. The final kill of the movie comes accompanied by a bunch of wacky special effects as Dutch runs away from the Predator's self-destruction, which results in a frickin' mushroom cloud seen by the rescue chopper flying around nearby. And by the way, Predators go on the count even though Xenomorphs didn't because, I don't know, they're more humanoid? I don't know, it's fine. The chopper pilot is Kevin Peter Hall in an unmasked cameo, and he lands the bird to finally rescue Dutch. The movie ends with both Anna and Dutch aboard the chopper flying away to safety, kind of like the ending of Jurassic Park. Only Jurassic Park didn't have a frickin' credits sequence featuring the cast acting like they're characters from a goddamn network drama. Are you serious with this shit? What the fuck? When did this become too many cooks? I don't really mind, it's kind of fun, except for the fact that Arnold Schwarzenegger couldn't be bothered to do anything fun or even look into the camera like everyone else. Maybe Arnie thought too many cooks would spoil the broth. But listen, we're not here to make a stew, even though we've got Carl Weathers, baby. We're here to tally up kills. So let's get to the number! Do it now! Come on! By my count, there were 76 kills in Predator. 75 of them were human males, and the last was our crab-faced Predator. So at least we can spice up this blueberry pie with a little bit of extraterrestrial flair. With a runtime of 107 minutes, we wound up with a kill on average every 1.41 minutes. I'll give the golden chainsaw for coolest kill to Dylan. The arm getting blown off and continuing to fire the gun is a classic shot, and it's followed up with a nice use of Predator's blades. Good stuff. Dull machete for lamest kill will go to any of the gorillas who were shot, because seriously, it's so boring to just see guys standing there and jerking around as squibs go off on their bodies. And that's it. Predator came out in 1987 and is often cited as one of the best action movies of all time. It was followed by Predator 2, which nobody considers the best of anything, and which I'll be covering next week. Until then, I'm James A. Janice. This has been the Kill Count. Thanks a lot for watching this Kill Count. I want to thank a couple of patrons like Nicole Hansen and Stephen Campbell. Predator is definitely one of those movies where the more I watched and learned about it, the more I liked it. First time I watched it, I thought it was just a lame action movie. But no, man, the Predator is fucking awesome. Quote me on that. I fucking love the Predator. Who do I like more, Predator or Alien? Fucking Predator. The Alien movies are better, but fucking Predator's dope. Be good people. Movie footage used in the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm James A. Janice, and today we're looking at Predator 2, the city-based sequel to Predator that came out in 1990. Predator 2 has a few things in common with the original. For instance, it was written by the same pair of brothers, Jim and John Thomas. The music is by Alan Silvestri again, and although this film's city hunter Predator is a new individual, it's once again played by Kevin Peter Hall. But the differences from the original are much more noticeable. Namely, Arnold Schwarzenegger has been replaced with Danny Glover, and the lush foliage of the jungle with the ugly streets of Los Angeles. In fact, a lot of this movie is ugly, from the clothes that everyone's wearing to its portrayal of civilization, since everyone's packing heat and ready to get into a shootout at the drop of a hat. Predator 2 is often mocked as an awful movie, and you know what? That's fine. It is. But it's also batshit crazy enough to be a fun kind of awful. I mean, hell, it's got a voodoo gangster drug lord, Gary frickin' Busey, and ridiculous lines like this one.
Which means you're cutting off my dick and shoving it up my ass.
What more evidence do you need? The cool thing about Predator 2 is that we get to see a lot more of the Predator, who's a total badass all of the time. Again, thanks Stan Winston. With a city full of people to murder, I'll bet the body count is high. Let's find out how high and get to the kills. The movie begins in the jungle, only we ain't talking Central America, baby. We talking the concrete jungle of Los Angeles in a fictional dystopia in 1997. As evidenced by these first Predator POV shots, the dreadlocked hunter has already found a home in this city that currently looks like a frickin' war zone.
We're in a war zone, Dave.
See? And to be fair, this was made during the powder keg period of LA that led to the Rodney King riot, so not too far off, honestly. The first cop we see lying in the street isn't dead, just injured. But during the shootout between the LAPD and this Colombian gang named Scorpios, led by this long-haired fellow, El Scorpio, we do get 4 kills to kick off the count with. All cops who get shot by the gang members and fall down dead, or are wheeled away dead on a stretcher. This time, I'm not gonna count these stunt actor Flip Boys because they're in body armor and I think they'd be okay. A sleazy reporter, played by the sleazy Morton Downey Jr., says the situation is not going well for the LAPD.
They're outgunned.
Outgunned?
They're outmanned.
Outmanned? They're even outnumbered and outplanned. Good thing here comes the Harrigan. LAPD Lieutenant Mike Harrigan, that is, played by Danny Glover. He enters the fray and runs up to join his partners, Detectives Danny Archuleta and Leona Cantrell. They've been trying to protect the injured motorcycle cops lying in the road.
They're dying, man!
Harrigan is happy to break through the Scorpio's defense line by hanging out of a police car as he drives it up to the gang members. It's ridiculous, but I'm happy that Glover gets to be more Riggs than Murtaugh for once. The Scorpios are scared off by Harrigan's crazy antics, and as they retreat back inside to their hideout, one of them is shot and killed by Leona. With that open shirt and gold chain, I'll just call him Mr. GTA, because that's what he looks like. As the surviving Scorpios gear up with guns and powder their noses, another cop is added to the list when a bunch of gang members shoot him off of his rooftop position. Harrigan gets revenge for the nameless officer when he routs the gang members, dug in like a bunch of California ticks, and opens fire on them, killing all 4 that were standing there. Don't get on me about how you see 5 bodies on the ground when he's done. That 5th one belongs to Mr. GTA from earlier. Harrigan's told by Danny that they have orders to stand by and wait for a special unit to arrive. But Harrigan's a cop in a 90s action movie, so you know he ain't about to be following orders. When they get inside, El Scorpio backs out of a room firing his guns at something and ends up turning his Uzis onto a random cop in the hallway, who is shot, killed, and added to the list. El Scorpio flees to the rooftop where he's being watched by the Predator and aimed at by Harrigan after he follows him up there. But when a spooked out El Scorpio sees the cloaked Predator and goes to fire at him, Harrigan opens fire on El Scorpio and shoots him straight straight off the roof. I don't know for sure, but I'm assuming the stunt was actually done by El Scorpio's actor Henry Kingi, a veteran stunt performer. His body winds up down below on the set's crafty table. Back inside, the detectives find the rest of El Scorpio's gang dead in their hideout alongside a massive stockpile of weapons. As they check out the crime scene and wonder what the hell did this, they see 4 bodies in reasonable positions and one hanging upside down from the ceiling. Oh, and is he naked too? That sounds like the calling card of a predator. Waiting for Harrigan outside is Deputy Chief of Police Heineman, an old friend of his who's gone brass. He yells at Harrigan for disobeying orders to stay outside since the situation was supposed to be handled by these feds who all bought the same generic federal agent costume from Halloween USA. They're led by this Buddy Holly looking dude named Keys, played by Gary Busey of course, who meets Harrigan back at the police station. He explains why he's there.
We're attempting to prevent King Willie's voodoo gangs from taking over and controlling the entire West Coast.
Oh, okay, to stop a voodoo gang from taking over an entire coast of the U.S. Got it. In Harrigan's office, Danny points out the newly transferred officer in their unit, Detective Jerry Lambert, played by kill count veteran Bill Paxton, doing his whole Bill Paxton shtick dialed up to 11. His goofballing gets him a nut grab by Leona after he doesn't leave her alone. Harrigan is skeptical of Jerry's talents too, suspecting him of just being a showboat, but I guess a unit's a unit.
Welcome to the war.
Cut to the LA skyline and a couple of push-ins on a graphic sex scene through the window. It gets interrupted by some Jamaican gang members who storm in and start the scene with 3 kills after they assassinate the security guards who are outside of this bedroom. The Jamaicans are led by this dude Goldtooth and are here for Colombian gang member Ramon Vega, who they hang upside down from the ceiling, naked, while they hold his lover hostage, also naked. After prepping this dead meat with some barbecue sauce and saying a line that the predator must have overheard,
Shit, I'll do the same.
Goldtooth stabs right into Vega's chest. Apparently, he also rips out his heart, although we don't really see that done too explicitly. That's because into the scene steps Predator, who opens fire on the Jamaican gang and kills the whole lot of them using a variety of Predator tricks. After the initial shoulder cannon blast, he uses a new net gun to pin a dude against a wall, and that guy ends up getting shot by his own buddies. He sends a spearhead projectile straight through the hat and head of another dude, and uses his blade gauntlet to stab a 4th guy with a reverse-facing Dylan maneuver. The last lackey is killed by another one of Predator's new weapons, this telescoping spear. After all of his henchmen are dead, Goldtooth steps out to face the now visible Predator on his own, only to get killed in a zoomed-in POV shot that actually has a nice little joke in it when you notice that Predator's thermal vision doesn't quite register Goldtooth's Goldtooth. Nice. Harrigan gets to the crime scene, only to be told yet again that their orders are to stay out of it. Yet again, Harrigan's a rogue cop who doesn't play by the rules, and they go up to the penthouse where they enter to find the bodies hung up and skinned in classic Predator style. They even replicate that close-up jump scare from the corpse of Jim Hopper in the original. They also find Vega's paramour, who the Predator left alive since this chick wasn't even armed with any clothes. Harrigan surmises that a new 3rd gang is responsible for both this scene and the Scorpio massacre downtown, but as they're looking at clues in the form of the spear-tip weapon lodged in a vent way up high, the feds walk in with a whole bunch of bright lights and take over the scene. Keys tells Harrigan that if he gets in his way again, he'll make him disappear, which you don't want to hear coming from a federal agent. Later that night, Danny returns to the crime scene on his own to check out that spear tip they saw. I'm still not sure how that got up there. We saw the deaths take place, and the one with the spear tip was not traveling in an upward trajectory. But who am I to question this space alien hunter movie? In any case, after he retrieves it, who would show up but Mr. Apex himself, imitating Harrigan's voice he heard earlier.
Danny boy.
The Predator catches Danny as he falls and then pulls him up out of the ceiling and the movie itself by killing him off screen. Danny's friendship bracelet or whatever falls to the ground and gets blood drizzled on it from a ketchup bottle by the looks of it. Upset over Danny's death, Harrigan assaults Keys for information, but is told that this whole thing is way above his pay grade.
The concept of what you're dealing with is way over your head.
Next, he seeks out this lady, Dr. Richards, for help identifying the weapon that Danny was trying to retrieve. But when she examines it, using the mother superior of all computer technology, she discovers something shocking.
This material doesn't correspond to anything on the periodic table.
That's, I mean, that's pretty unlikely if you know, like, science, but whatever, man. It's science fiction. I'm down to roll with it. Kinda like how Harrigan is down to roll with these Jamaican gang members who pull up in a zebra-top caddy with a frickin' smoke machine inside.
You want some ganja, man?
Yo, if you ain't gonna hit it, Mike, I bet Predator would take a toke. And he's already high as hell. The caddy takes Harrigan to an alley where he meets with the leader of the Jamaican gang, King Willie, to find out some information on who killed all the gang members and his Danny boy. King Willie's a voodoo man and tells Harrigan that whatever's afflicting them is from t'other side. And I'd take his word for it, Mike. He's got a Jafar staff. That's really all the info Harrigan gets before Willie tells him to go on and get. And after he leaves, Willie gets a visit from the Predator, who jumps down and stomps through an alley puddle in a pretty cool shot, which is followed by another cool shot that shows Predator in the reflection doing jazz hands. After one cloaked warrior pose and some chants from King Willie, we cut to the gang leader's decapitated head wearing a visage of terror. The king is dead. Long live King Predator. Predator takes that skull and cleans it off real nice, then adds it to some sort of decorative stand. Ooh. Harrigan goes to a cemetery and visits Danny's gravestone to grieve, while a kid runs around playing a classic game of Scorpios and Jamaicans. He runs into Predator, who analyzes his face and then his weapon, and determines him to not be a threat, so the kid tries to make friends with him.
Want some candy?
Oh god, please don't tell me Predator's about to learn that phrase.
Want some candy?
Come on, don't you think that's a little creepy?
Want some candy?
Never mind, it's very creepy. Maybe don't make your character named Predator run around asking people if they want candy. Harrigan calls up his team to talk cop shop, and Dr. Richards tells him that Danny's body had traces of a slaughterhouse on it, so Harrigan tells Leona and Jerry to take a subway to meet him in order to avoid being traced by Keys. You don't want Gary Busey following you, you know? On the subway, Jerry and Leona see a bunch of ne'er-do-wells harassing some women and trying to mug a guy who's just sitting there, probably trying to do some crosswords. Dude pulls a gun out on them, then one of the gang members pulls a gun, and then like everyone on the subway pulls a gun. The cops join in too, and now everybody's a prime target for the Predator, who attacks the train from above, busting through into the car and knocking out all the lights. This was another particularly annoying scene to kill count, but my painstaking efforts resulted in a count of 9. First is this gang member who's slashed by Pretty Boy and thrown into Leona. Next is the gang member with a real Cuban flair to his attire, who also gets slashed by Predator. Another gang member is grabbed by the throat, lifted up, and presumably choked to death. A fourth is thrown through the subway window as it zooms along the tunnel, and the last is shown with a bloody throat. 4 civilians join the count as well, including the guy who was going to get mugged after he unwisely walks through no man's land, and 3 of those armed folks who are killed during Predator vision by him just grabbing them, I guess. As Leona leads all the other civilians to safer carts on the subway, Jerry tries to take the Predator on by himself, using all his ammo on him, and eventually grabbing a corpse's knife. He's rewarded with the creepiest last words you could ever hear.
Want some candy?
With that, Jerry is killed, since we hear his scream echo through the tunnel, and Leona confirms the kill after the train stops and she sees his body hanging upside down from the ceiling of the subway car. Predator then appears in front of her and grabs her by the throat, but when its thermal vision detects a little bun in the oven, she's apparently spared, since Harrigan finds her being rescued when he arrives. Maybe everyone who attacks Predator should pregame by strapping a bunch of babies to themselves. Harrigan heads down to the subway tunnel, where he sees from a distance the Predator ripping out Jerry's skull and spine and tossing his body aside. He follows him back up to the surface, then pursues the Predator in his car, and he even gets a good look at the alien climbing up the side of a building before his pursuit is cut off with a truck smash. It's the feds, and after they abduct him out of his car and take away his gun, they march him into the back of a trailer that has a high-tech Death Star door. Too bad you got picked up before you saw the best shot of the movie, Harrigan. The Predator standing on top of a building with his spear and skull decoration, getting frickin' zapped by lightning and just taking it like a total G. God damn, Predator, you're so fucking cool, dude. Keys walks up to Harrigan wearing a Devo costume, and for whatever reason, just starts blabbing all about the Predator to him, even mentioning the events of the first movie. Oh, and look, there's a cameo from Anna on one of those monitors, too. When Harrigan doesn't seem to understand, Keys spells it out for him.
A fucking alien.
Even though Harrigan is not reacting appropriately to that reality-altering news, Keys continues and tells him they've set up a trap in a slaughterhouse that the Predator keeps coming back to for food. Their plan is to capture the alien and learn from it. Keys heads inside the slaughterhouse with a bunch of other dudes who are also wearing Jiffy Pop foil that should make them invisible to Predator's infrared vision. Harrigan stays back to watch them on monitors inside the trailer, and I'm sure he'll follow orders this time and just stay out of it. Predator comes inside the warehouse and isn't fooled for a second by the shady shit he senses. He quickly realizes that he can't see anyone else inside, so he switches his vision to a mode that lets him see the flashlight beams that Keys and his men are using. Harrigan realizes that things are going tits up, so of course he defies his orders, and with one knee to a crotch and a gun to a head, he heads out to go help the dudes inside. But you know they dead, dear viewers, so let's get him on the kill count. Predator drops from the ceiling and kills 3 of Keys' dudes immediately with his spear, impaling them and tossing them off the walkway. Aw, Predator, now you're gonna have to go get those when it's trophy time. For the last guy, he takes out his bomb-ass shoulder cannon and lines up the shot with his laser pointer, then kills the dude with a single blast to the chest. Whose house? Pred's house. Now the only one left is Keys, but as Predator lines up a shot on him, a big explosion happens behind him because Harrigan has entered the arena. Keys actually still gets a face full of plasma, or so it seems, because this doesn't kill him, as we'll see in a second. And now we begin the Harrigan Predator cat and mouse fight that will literally take up the last 30 minutes of this movie. First they shoot at each other between a bunch of meat, and then run through the hanging carcasses like they're an obstacle at DZ Discovery Zone. Harrigan eventually shoots Predator a bunch of times in the fishnets and gets him down on the ground. and he takes that opportunity to demask his foe. Really not sure you want to do that, dude. This thing is gross. It's like a deep sea fish got hit with an ugly rudder. Together, the two of them recite Arnie's famous line from the first movie.
You are one ugly mother.
The reawakened Predator tosses Harrigan aside and is all ready to kill him when out jumps Keys.
Guess who's back?
Keys blasts Predator with his frost gun thing, but Predator gets out of range and takes out another cool new weapon, the Smart Disc. This thing may not have a Facebook app on it, but it can cut through meat carcasses and Gary Busey like nothing, as it shows when Keys gets cut in half behind some meat. I'm not sure what happened to his upper body. I feel like it should have fallen to the floor, but these movies don't have the best track record when it comes to consistent death effects. Harrigan takes the fight to the roof, where Predator takes a huff from his mask and eventually gets tackled off the edge by Harrigan, who somehow manages to cling to the side of the building. Predator says one of his new favorite phrases to Harrigan,
Shit happens.
then shows how his entire fucking species consists of poor losers, since he beep boops on his wrist pad and activates a self-destruct sequence just like the one in the original did. Before it can go off though, Harrigan grabs the nearby Smart Disc and severs Predator's arm with it, sending the alien down the side of the wall in a really great stunt where performer Dave Smith actually fell down a 13-story building for it. Oh, also, apparently that stopped the self-destruct thing. Predator grabs a pipe that comes undone and sends him across the alley into a random apartment bathroom. Using a mixture of drywall and, I don't know, blue juice, he cooks up a salve that looks like a Heisenberg special and uses it to heal himself. Meanwhile, Harrigan gives chase by climbing down the building wall and across the alleyway on those pipes. The Predator busts out of the bathroom and runs out the front door of the apartment he was in. And the woman who lives there acts way too glib about the alien she just saw when Harrigan shows up in pursuit.
It's alright, I'm a cop.
I don't think he gives a shit.
Harrigan follows the Predator to the elevator shaft, where he grabs a cable and begins to climb down. But when the elevator cart starts up, Harrigan winds up falling down the shaft and through a hole into darkness, where he eventually lands on a motherfucking alien spaceship, dawg! Wait a minute, this thing was parked under an apartment building and accessible by elevator shaft? This movie's fucking bonkers, y'all. Harrigan carries the Smart Disc into a big chamber, where he finds the Predator's trophy case, which is full of all sorts of skulls, including King Willie's and, oh my god, it's a xenomorph skull! Fuck yeah, dude! And also one that kind of looks like a dinosaur. Harrigan ends up getting netted out of nowhere, but luckily, the Smart Disc can cut through it. Then the big showdown finally takes place for real. And even though Predator manages to land a swipe on Harrigan, the last laugh goes to Danny Glover after he stabs the alien with the Smart Disc right in the belly, then repeats his own favorite taunt back to him. With that, he rips it out of the Predator, who gives a blood-curdling scream that echoes around the spaceship halls and its sub-elevator parking before the Predator finally falls to the ground dead. You may think Harrigan is done, but as he goes to leave, a whole lot more Predators show up and surround him. And we're talking lots of different Predators here, all with their own unique mask designs. The lead Pred's got gray dreads and is known as Grayback, and he's also played by Kevin Peter Hall. Also, totally random, but in my research, I found a video of all these Predators dancing on set. Click in the corner to check that shit out, because it is just delightful. The other Preds grab the city hunter's body and cloak themselves as they walk away, but before he leaves, Grayback shows that game recognized game and tosses a pistol to Harrigan.
Take it.
A pistol from 1715? That is one dope-ass parting gift. And a cool indication of just how long Predators have been predating. The ship starts shaking, so Harrigan gets out of there just in time to avoid the big fire blast behind him that sends him flying through the air. The movie ends with a bunch of cop cars pulling up to the ash-covered Harrigan, who has surely got to be feeling too old for this shit right about now. Did this film City Hunter nab more kills than his jungle-bound brethren from the original? Let's find out and get to the numbers. Predator is so cool, man. There were 45 deaths in Predator 2, so no, not even close to the original in terms of numbers. The victims consisted of 43 human males, 1 human female civilian on the subway, and of course, the city hunter Predator. Yeah, son, get that tri-pie. With a runtime of 108 minutes, we wound up with a kill on average every 2.4 minutes. I'll give the golden chainsaw for coolest kill to King Willie. It's not entirely on screen, but they do a nice edit with the scream for it. Plus his skull winds up on a shrine alongside a xenomorphs. That's more than any of us could ask for in death. Dull machete for lamest kill will go to Danny, who's pulled up onto the roof and killed off screen. I think the ketchup bottle drizzle of fake blood at the end here looks really, really bad. And that's it. Predator 2 is an absolutely insane movie, and although it did okay at the box office, it would be 20 full years before we got the third solo installment of the series. I'm talking about 2010's Predators, which I'll cover next week, but until then, I'm James A. Janice. This has been the Kill Count. Thanks a lot for watching this week's Kill Count. Today I want to start thanking patrons who have been a patron of mine for over a year. Harley Dennis, Cameron Steele, Jesse Huxtable, Allie Riley, and Daniel Movie footage used in the Kill Count is owned entirely by the copyright holders. Dead Meat makes no claim of ownership and simply uses the footage for purposes of education, commentary, and criticism under fair use. Please support filmmakers and the art of filmmaking by watching Predators in its entirety using the links in the description below. Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies.
So wait,
today
is
we're
it
looking at Predators.
100,000?
In 2010. This third entry in the solo series, released after the two AVP movies, gets back to basics. Similar to the first film, it features an ensemble cast shooting a bunch of guns off in the jungle. The difference here is the location and the number of hunters after the group. Now they've got 3 alien predators on their trail, all of whom look great and whose weaponry really benefit from the updated special effects. In fact, the movie as a whole looks wonderful. There are some beautiful long shots in the jungle and a whole bunch of carefully composed group shots of the ensemble cast. But unlike the cast of the original film, the characters here are pretty much cardboard stand-ins. Yeah, they're diverse on the surface, but there's nothing memorable about them. And even the action hero one-liners are uninspired and forgettable.
This is hell. Last time I looked, you didn't need a parachute to get there.
Still, us Predator fans are just happy to see more Predators in action. How many members of the ensemble cast will survive the new hunt? Let's find out and get to the kills. The movie begins with a good boy who probably loves his mama, loves Jesus, and America too. It's Adrian Brody playing a dude who we find out at the end is named Royce, but I'll just start using his name now. He free falls through the air, his chute not opening until the last minute, and his crash landing smash cuts hilariously into a title card. Hell yeah, I'm on board already. He wakes up in a jungle and in no time at all gets a free falling friend who lands right behind him. It's an angry Danny Trejo. But before he and Royce get into a shootout, a third body lands between them. Only this guy's chute didn't open, meaning he just landed in the premier position on our kill count. Good job, nameless dude. Any chances of an autopsy are put on hold from a minigun that sends Royce and Cuchillo, Danny Trejo's character, taking cover behind a log. This new painless is being fired by Russian commando Nikolai, and Royce puts the kibosh on his firing frenzy by telling him they're not the enemy. Also joining the party is Isabel, an IDF sniper played by Alice Braga. She mentions that she saw more parachutes yonder in the jungle, and as they set out to find them, they're joined by another dude, Yakuza enforcer Hanzo. Next, the group comes across a pair of dudes fighting. There's Nasty Boy Stans, a death row inmate played by Walton Goggins, and Mombasa, a death squad soldier from Sierra Leone played by Oscar winner Mahershala Ali. They all finally finish their scavenger hunt of characters when they come across Edwin, a weenie doctor played by Topher Grace, who they find stuck upside down in the jungle canopy. They shoot him down from the tree and we're ready to start our movie, as soon as they can all figure out what exactly they're doing here.
Can someone please just tell me what the fuck is going on here?
Everyone has the same story. They all woke up in freefall with no memory of any plane. The last thing a few of them remember is being in combat and then seeing a bright light.
What if we are dead?
Although that theory sounds like a misunderstanding of the Lost finale, they don't shoot it down right away.
This is hell.
That's because this place seems pretty strange to them. Nobody recognizes the jungle around them, the sun hasn't moved at all since they've landed, and look what happens when they try to make a compass. It's riding spinners and it don't stop. They head out as an alliance of circumstance, all extremely lethal people save for Edwin, but he proves his usefulness when he stops Nikolai from touching an extremely poisonous plant that would have caused total paralysis. Nikolai thanks him and is all like, "I love this doctor!" And as if nature wasn't lethal enough on its own, there's also a whole bunch of jungle booby traps that the team walks into. The traps scramble them, but don't succeed in killing anyone, since the self-proclaimed loner Roy sticks his neck out to save Isabel from a tiger pit. Looks like the traps were set by this unfortunate Johnny Knoxville-looking corpse, who they find with a hole in his chest, and who Edwin estimates has been dead for about 2 weeks now. After Royce tells them to keep moving, we get our first look at the 21st century Predator vision. I like the update to it. It's more modern, but not jarringly different. When they finally get out of the jungle and onto higher ground, they face a stunning revelation. They're not in any jungle on Earth because they ain't even on that planet, son. They on an alien planet. Yeah, boy!
We're gonna need a new plan.
Although, real talk, I don't know if that many massive solar bodies could be that close together, what with gravity and all. But who cares? This shot is awesome and would make for a great desktop wallpaper. This alien planet is home to alien hounds too, who run through the thicket and evoke a classic Predator shoot-'em-up scene. The group blows the first hound up, only to see that a whole bunch more are coming after them, and this gives everyone a chance to fire off their individual firearms in a solid action sequence. In it, we get a great look at the practical puppets made by Greg Nicotero, a veteran effects artist most famous for his work on The Walking Dead. Yep, that's a puppet attacking the gun-lacking Stans, who was saved at the last minute by his former wrestling opponent, Mombasa.
As bad as you are.
Those things are worse.
These dogs are hard to put down, but that doesn't stop Royce from frickin' decapitating one with a hunting knife. Eventually, they hear a whistle off in the distance, and the surviving hounds retreat, because they're such good boys. The hounds are enough evidence for Royce to figure out that they're being hunted.
This planet is a game preserve, and we're the game.
Mombasa realizes that their group is short one craggly Mexican, and they find Cuchillo sitting in a small clearing with his back to them, croaking out that he needs help. Royce wisely uses a rock to show that this is just a trap, so they all decide to leave him there, although Isabel is at least willing to give him some mercy with her sniper rifle. Turns out you didn't even need to, Izzy my girl. We see from a frontal shot that Cuchillo must have been dead all along. His face is all torn up, and you don't get that from a sniper shot. Turns out the cries for help weren't coming from Mr. Machete at all. They were coming from a predator.
Help me! Help me!
Royce's new plan is to hunt the hunters by following the dog tracks, and it leads them to a place with a whole bunch of bodies and remains hung up. Here's what's up. I'll add 3 to the list because that's how many freshly skinned bodies I see hanging up. I don't want to count all these skulls and skeletons because, like, what? Do you want me to count all the headstones we see in any cemetery scene? So I guess this is a new kill count rule. A dead body needs some flesh on it to count. And yes, I'm sure I've already broken that rule before and will do so again in the future. I just do these videos to make jokes, y'all. I'm not an official dead body census taker. Besides, the way more interesting thing they find at the campsite is a frickin' predator. Makes me real sad to see this OG looking pretty boy strung up on a stake like this, but the implications are pretty cool. In this movie, we're dealing with something so badass it captures the predator type that we know and love from the first 2 movies. At least it's still alive, as it proves when it yells at all of them. All that hootin' and hollerin' is sure to attract some attention, so it makes sense that Mombasa gets speared through the back out of nowhere and lifted off the ground. Damn, killed before sundown? You didn't even get to enjoy any of this alien planet's moonlight. The others open fire, revealing the camouflaged predators for the first time, and as they retreat back into the jungle, we get to see the updated laser sights and plasma cannons as the aliens fire after them. Also, Nikolai's minigun is taken out in the process. Hopefully he still has a sandwich on him. The humans all end up taking some Arnie tumbles down a hill and into a lake fed by a waterfall, which, yes, echoes the original movie, but I'll tell you what's new to this one. This frickin' recon bird that soars over them, getting their location and reporting back to its owner, one of 3 new super predators. They've got no conscience, no empathy, and we can talk about why they ended up that way, but first, Royce and co. will have to bring them to heel. The one with the bird is the falconer predator, the homeboy in charge of the hounds with the tusks on his mask is the tracker predator, and the biggest, baddest mamma jamma of them all is the gold-jawed scary bastard named the berserker predator. Fuck yes, I love predators! The alien hunters, not the Harvey Weinstein kind of fuckers. During a lakeside debriefing of the total ass-kicking they just experienced, Royce somehow figures out that Isabel knows more than she's let on, and forces her to divulge some info to the group. Apparently, she's familiar with the events of the first film, and says the creature they saw strung up on the totem matches the description given by the survivor of that incident. Later on, after the predators fail to walk into a trap set by Royce, one of them winds up decloaking right behind him. Royce borrows Dutch's line from the original.
What the fuck are you?
But this time, the question is answered, because turns out that ain't no predator at all.
I'm alive.
That's right. If you were worried there weren't enough characters in this movie, Predators has a crazy-ass Lawrence Fishburne as a U.S. airman named Noland. Nolan leads them across a ridge to his cozy little home inside a crashed alien spaceship. Although the ship is dead, the power still works, so he turns the lights on for everyone to get a good look at his squalor. Nolan says he's survived for 10 of the Predator's hunting seasons and has even killed a few Preds himself. He gives the others the lowdown on how there are 2 different species, comparing them to dogs and wolves.
The larger ones hunt the smaller ones. It's some kind of blood feud, I guess, been going on for a long time.
So that explains why our OG Predman was getting hazed at the campsite back there. Lawrence Fishburne gives a freewheeling performance as a crazed man with an invisible friend.
I told you they wouldn't see
The
it.
game finished. I'm done with this now. Bye. That was fun. I enjoyed that. Have a nice day. Bye.